And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, a real estate and finance expert, and goes to bat for you every day as your consumer advocate. Your host, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and providing you the timely truth. Centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, health, nutrition, lifestyle, so many areas that we can help you with. The Consumer Quarterback Show. And all of our 80-plus show partners all have three main goals in mind. We're going to educate, we're going to entertain, but most importantly, we want to engage you in an effort to help you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Now, I want you to pull out your smartphone, save our Consumer Advocate hotline number in your phone. It's 813-917-1894.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-917-1894.
Baby.
That's right. Don't forget our number. We want you to bookmark our website as well, consumerqb.com. That's our website. A plethora of information available for you at consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors, over 80 show partners that we vetted. We bring on the air to be that consumer advocate to help you win no matter what you're facing. We don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder or if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. This show's for you. We also have on the website links to all of our expert contributors and the live stream television show version of our show, which airs daily. We're actually on 6 days a week, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., right here on 1250 Wins. Also, on the weekends, we're syndicated on 102.5 The Bone on Sunday morning, 7 a.m., and a lot of exciting things, a lot of great things happening here in Tampa Bay. So also want to talk about our new hotel partner. This segment is brought to you by Kipton, the Hotel Zamora on St. Pete Beach. It's the first new boutique-style hotel built on St. Pete Beach in decades, and its Spanish ancestry meets cool Mediterranean attitude, and its whitewashed Mediterranean palace, expansive luxury suites with balconies overlooking the intercoastal waterway. I love to go down there and spend time and just get away like a nice little Tampa Bay staycation here, you know, since we live in the greatest place on the planet to live. That's right. I enjoy that rooftop yoga down at the Hotel Zamora. The Castile restaurant is amazing. They've got boat slips as well. If you're a boater like me, I love to get out there on the weekends with Freedom Boat Club and pull up, and you can dock your boat and have a good time. Got an awesome pool, hot tub. And watching the football games recently from the hot tub right there, no better lifestyle to live than the Tampa Bay lifestyle. So we're here in studio. Let's go around the horn now. I want to introduce our expert contributors, and we also have a new expert contributor here, Mario Larrea of Home First Lending. Welcome in, sir.
Hey, Brandon, glad to be here. I'm going to be going over reverse mortgages today. It's one of the most misunderstood products in the mortgage industry. Going through some of the misconceptions that are out there with prices rising with the housing market today. It's going to be a great product for seniors looking to purchase homes and affordably.
That's right. Yeah, reverse mortgage for purchase. It was brought forth by the Reagan administration back in the 80s. But, yeah, a lot of misconceptions with the reverse mortgage product. So Mario is going to jump into that. Also back in studio, attorney Jerry Slutzky, longtime friend of the program. Slutzky Law Firm, welcome in, sir.
Thank you, Brandon. It is always a pleasure to be here.
Likewise. Yeah.
Today, I am going to be talking about our kids and the importance of how estate planning can protect your kids, usually from themselves.
That's right. Yeah. Awesome. I love that. A lot of great content to come from Jerry Slutzky, estate planning attorney and expert contributor here on the Quarterback Show. And also back in studio as well, Ron Fuller, representing Centralized Showing Services. Welcome back in, sir.
Happy New Year, Brandon. Happy to be back. We're going to talk about CoreLogic Market Pulse, boomerang buyers, and toxic masculinity. Do not miss that. It's going to be interesting.
I love it. Yeah, a lot of great stuff, and celebrating 20 years now with CSS, showings.com. So awesome. Yeah, great product to help streamline business for real estate agents, and a lot of cool things happening here in the Tampa Bay market. Got a hot listing I want to let you know about. I got 8928 North Arowana Avenue in Tampa. This is a hot new listing. It's a lakefront ski lake here in beautiful Tampa Bay. It's in Carrollwood area, and it's a custom waterfront home on Twin Lakes designed with family in mind. It's 3-bedroom, 2-bath property, 1,920 square feet, just listed, just hit the market. Expert photography, pictures online if you check them out, custom Beautiful pictures, drone videos as well from Sean Fabre, our expert real estate photographer. But this one's listed at $399. So you want to reach out, get a scheduled showing on this one at 8928 North Arawana Avenue in Tampa. And it's around a 2,000 square foot home, over 2,900 total square footage. And it's a great property, great buying opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Also, just got a property here, co-listed this one with Will Hyder, compliments of Platinum MVP Realty, 209 Jeanette Court in Sun City Center. Just listed this one as well over the weekend. 2-bedroom, 2-bath property, community pool. Listed at $119,000, affordable property here. Compliments of Platinum MVP Realty. That's our premium sponsor with the Quarterback Show. So I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. I'm also a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay, published author, and a professional speaker. So today, what we want to do is we want to deliver a little audible here. We want you to call that audible. So we got Peyton Manning helping us there with that audible, Omaha. But what we're going to talk about today is the wealth mindset, a wealthy mindset, that is, habits of wealthy people. So how do you develop, habits of wealthy people? How do you study that? So it's one of the things I study and talk about when it comes to personal development. But, it's interesting. You look at new immigrants to the country. First-generation immigrants to the United States of America, they're 4 times more likely than native-born Americans to become millionaires. And the reason why is that a lot of times they're hungry. They're excited, they're hungry, they're helping to feed family, and it boils down to their why. What's in it for them versus people that may be accustomed to the lifestyle that we're afforded here. And so the greatest entrepreneurial wealth creating system here is the United States. It's over the history of mankind, we live in the best society ever for creating wealth. And, there's a lot of opportunity. So the best way to do it is you find a need and you fill it. You add more value and you add a greater service and you serve others. And that's going to help you, develop the prosperity and success that you're looking for. And it's real simple. It boils down to either you have rich habits or you have poor habits and poor thinking. And unfortunately, a lot of folks have the self-limiting beliefs that we talked about in previous shows. And it's all talking about developing those goals in your RAS, your RAS system in the brain. So nature is neutral. You plant the seed, it's going to grow. And it's the great law of cause and effect. So if you want to think and act like wealthy people do, it starts in your mind. And that's the focus, the power of focus. And what you focus on is going to expand in your life. And so here's a new idea when you think about it. It's the land of opportunity we talked about. But in there's 5,000 millionaires in 1920, 1 million millionaires in 1980, and they're 2015. As of 2015, there's 10 million millionaires, and there's 1,865 billionaires in the United States. So it's a lot of opportunity out there, and it's an opportunity for you to really, with one new idea, you can change your whole trajectory that you have with your life. So, and the law of correspondence is really what we're talking about here. It's as within, so without. So it all starts on the inside. It's the law of correspondence, and to be wealthy on the outside, you must think and act wealthy on the inside, and your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. So that's the key when it comes to development. You think about, here's a study that was completed a few years ago, and it's saying 100 million millionaires. Author demonstrated that if you simply save $100 per month over your lifetime, and you invested it and you let it grow, thanks to compounding interest, it would amount to $1 million by the time you're retired. So the question is, why don't more people do this? The answer is poor thinking and poor habits. So a great book by Tony Robbins is Money Master the Game. And he interviewed 50 of the richest people in the world. And it boiled down to compounding is the most powerful force in the universe. And Albert Einstein, that's a quote from Albert Einstein. So yeah, we want to help you win no matter what you're facing. Let's go ahead and give a quick tease. Now we're coming into about a minute left in this segment, Mario, but the reverse mortgage, it's something that's overlooked, and it's a lot of misinformation, let's face it, in our society. So this product, unfortunately, kind of falls in that category.
Yeah, I think when it started out, too, it started out quite a bit different than it is today. Today it's regulated by, or actually the Federal Housing Administration is the one who comes up with it and regulates it. So, it's a government agency that they're out there to help people, to help the public. So they've changed a lot of the things that happened in the very beginning. So now it's something that's a very safe product that, really is helping a lot of people attain the goals that they're looking to get to.
Yeah, and you have that reverse for purchase. It's an interesting plan, and you work a lot with financial advisors when you think about that. You work with financial advisors, and you instead of folks putting all the money into that down payment for a home, it's a way that you can leverage your reverse mortgage for purchase. So we'll talk about that when we come back. Also, an interesting story here from Zillow, top predictions for 2017. We're going to go over these 6 top predictions from Zillow and more from our expert contributors. We're going to hear from attorney Jerry Slutzky as well as Ron Fuller here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And it got an all-star lineup. It's intelligent talk radio. We want to help you win no matter what you're facing out there. Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region of Florida's #1 consumer advocate program. Stay with us. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
If you were injured in a car crash, what would you do first? Who would you call?
You claim to be injured, yet you spoke to and saw an attorney before you saw a doctor. Is that true?
Yes.
Lawyers on TV tell you to call them first. You can, but should you? The law has changed, and you may find yourself paying your own medical bills if you don't see a doctor in the first 14 days. If you've been in a car crash, you need My Crash MD, the interactive doctor visit, where you can consult virtually with a physician after you've been hurt in a car accident.
We can see you today. We'll take great care of you, regardless if you are at fault or not.
My Crash MD is an actual medical visit with a doctor. No waiting in an ER, no wasting time driving around town. Download My Crash MD free from anywhere and then see a doctor on any mobile device. Times are changing. If you don't get medical attention within the first 14 days after your crash, you could lose your insurance benefits. So if you've been in a car crash, help yourself and your accident case with My Crash MD.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, host of the Quarterback Show, also the owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay, helping our sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties. We have a lack of inventory here in Tampa Bay, so we're looking for inventory. We're looking for people that are looking to put their properties on the market, and we have an innovative process that has got us featured in Florida Realtor Magazine multiple times, Top Agent Magazine just last month, the Business Journal, the Tribune, and others recognized for innovation with marketing, helping our sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties. This segment is brought to you by Healthy Gourmet. They've got delivery. This is a delivery meal service that delivers awesome organic veggies, all natural proteins, delivered 3 times a week. I love it. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They deliver the food to me, and it's a great opportunity to let those New Year's resolutions resonate, and meals starting at only $90. I think they're $9 per meal. So Felicia is a partner of the show. She's the CEO and founder, located right here in Tampa, South Tampa here, West Tampa Bay Boulevard. Healthy Gourmet, partner on the Quarterback Show. Support the local economy, support these local groups, and go to our website, consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors, and all their contact information is right there. And also got a digital marketing seminar coming up Friday the 27th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Rhymes Media Group is offering a lunch and learn here at iHeartMedia, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All you have to do is register. It's a free lunch, and it's a lunch and learn. So you got to learn to earn, you got to grow your knowledge base, and understand what's happening in the digital marketing space. You know, I was talking to Brian, my partner on this venture, and Fortune 500 companies have allocated 40% of their marketing budgets to digital media. So it's a positive thing. It's a big thing that's happening here, and you got to be there. Otherwise, you're going to be missing out. Got a hot property that just came back on the market. Actually was under contract. It fell out of contract, but this is a vacant piece of land, commercial opportunity, 1401 Seminole Boulevard in Largo. It's in Pinellas County, $469,000. Great corner lot opportunity. 0.82 acres, MOL, 200 feet of frontage within the city of Largo. So any builder developers looking in that area, 1401 Seminole Boulevard in Largo, great buying opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, Mario Larrea, Home First Lending, reverse mortgage product. So what else are you seeing out there in that space, Mario?
Well, you had brought up something with the Zillow 6, the 6 things that you were going over, which this reverse mortgage product, it can really help you reinvest money. So, you know, a lot of people move to Florida, retiring, come and buy the house outright. Now they're cash poor. What they could do is, you know, put 50% of it down, keep the other part, reinvest it, and you know that would lead back to what you're saying about compounding interest. Plus, it's always nice to have some extra money in the bank. This is a product that allows people to do that.
Yeah, staying liquid is more and more important these days with all this uncertainty out there.
And the other thing that it helps too is a lot of people are on fixed income, so they can live with, you know, maybe some additional money coming in monthly from the reverse mortgage, or just living without having to pay a mortgage. Definitely helps them a lot with you know, with the income that they're on.
So what are some of the key misunderstandings with this product? You know, I've brought it up to different family members in the past, and you know, it's just like their initial reaction was, whoa, you know, I'm not sure about this thing. What let's help our listeners understand it more.
Well, one of the biggest ones that I run across is people have the idea that the lender actually owns their home, which is not true. It's just like any other mortgage. You're going to have a lien against the property. They have to be paid off if the property sells, but they do not own the home. So once somebody, you know, passes away, or they decide to sell the home and move, whatever equity is left over is yours, or you know, you can leave it to your children. So that's one of the big ones that I run across. And kind of with that also, the big concern that people have is if you know, they die and their spouse is remaining, will the spouse be able to stay in the home? And absolutely yes, they can. One of the other parts about that that's nice is that once one spouse dies, a lot of times their income's cut in half or even more so. So with this product, they don't have a mortgage payment. They don't have to leave the home. They can stay where they are if they choose to. But, it just gives them a lot more freedom and options once something like that happens.
Yeah, and it gives you that opportunity also, I believe. You're the expert on this product, but here's how I've seen it or heard about it is that, when you have the reverse mortgage in place, you can either take monthly payments from the lender, or you could take a lump sum. So, when you have this opportunity and then you could pull a lump sum out, let's say worst case scenario, a job loss, maybe you have a part-time job, or even the car breaks down, medical issues. This gives you the flexibility that you're looking for.
Yeah, that's very true. With people that already own their homes, if you have quite a bit of equity, it's a great product for that. Like you said, you can pull out a one-time lump sum. They can set it up for a payment monthly until you decide to leave the home, or you have to leave the home. So it does free up quite a bit of money for the people that can take advantage of the product. But it's definitely something that will help a lot of people out there financially.
And these are kind of low loan-to-value type products. Is that right? Loan-to-value, meaning LTV?
Yeah, that's true. You have to have quite a bit of equity in the property. So one good thing about that is it safeguards you. If you want to sell, you have equity, you can still get some of that money out. You're rarely ever in a situation where you're upside down. However, if that were to occur, you won't owe the bank money if you do sell. The bank can't actually charge you more than what the house sells for.
Right. So what's this process look like? Let's say we have a listener out there that's interested. We'll do a call to action here in a moment, but they can either come into your office, maybe even would make a house call, come out and visit them at their property.
Yeah, we can do that. You can come into my office. I can come out to you guys. You could fill out an application online. That's kind of how we get the ball started. From there, they have to go through a class with that HECM puts on. So they're going to be very, very well informed of all the ins and outs of the product before they get into anything binding.
Right, yeah, the home equity conversion mortgage, a.k.a. reverse mortgage. And Mario Larrea, Home First Lending reverse mortgage specialist here in Tampa Bay. So if you have a loved one out there, or maybe it's for yourself, if you want to take them up on this offer, free consultations, in-home opportunity visit, or visit the office, just give us a quick call here or text at 813-917-1894. Just text the word reverse mortgage to 813-917-1894. Just kind of raise your hand, no obligation. It's there's no pressure at all. We're just going to go over the options with you. And again, we're the consumer advocate here in Tampa Bay. We're the good guys. We want to help you win and put you in a position for a better retirement, where you can have those options. So so Mario, it's a product that's has its niche in the industry.
Yes, definitely. And another thing, kind of to combo on what we were talking about, how you can pull cash out. Just a couple of things that I've run into with people is that they're concerned about their tax consequences from getting the lump sum. There's no tax consequences involved. That's your money. So, the equity that you have in the property, if you pull it out, it's tax-free. So, that's something that I get a lot, but it's not a concern that you would have to have. The other thing, too, if you take the term payments, I've talked to some people that have concerns over, is this going to affect like my Social Security income, because now I'm getting an additional income, and it's not. It's basically just drawing on an investment that you have, just like if it were, stocks or IRA or anything like that. It's already your money, so anything that you have going right now won't be affected.
Yeah, so it's not a taxable event. It's it's your equity. It's just like pulling money out of a bank account or something along those lines. So Mario Larrea, Home First Lending reverse mortgage specialist here, new expert contributor on the Quarterback Show. We're going to hear more from Mario in our lightning round. We're going to go through and get our top tips, consumer advocate tips, things to do. I want to bring Jerry Slutzky into the conversation. Attorney Jerry Slutzky, Slutzky Law Firm. Give a quick tease to our listeners, about what your ground's going to cover. Talk about estate planning. Talk about probates, wills, trust, those types of scenarios.
Yep, I will be focusing today mostly on our kids and how to protect them. So many people will, their general estate plan is, I want to leave everything to my spouse, and if something happens to the spouse, then I want everything to go to the kids.
Right.
Well, that's fine. In fact, that's what the law generally provides. Even if you don't have a will, the law writes a will for you.
Right.
But if there is a child from before your current marriage, now the child does not get everything. Say you're married, you pass away, your spouse inherits everything, she gets remarried, and then she dies.
Yep.
Well, now her spouse does not get everything, but he will get half.
Right.
And the child that you may have wanted to protect will only get half.
A lot of concerns, a lot of things to think about, and the idea is just to, have that conversation. Have the conversations and get all the answers out in the open. Let's talk about it instead of, all of a sudden scrambling once you have a major life event. So more from Jerry Slutzky when we come back. Also, this segment brought to you by the Maids Cleaning Service. They do a great job cleaning our real estate properties. A big shout out to the Maids Cleaning Service. They are referred for a reason. 24-hour, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Big shout out to the Maids Cleaning Service. So stay with us. We're going to talk some estate planning with attorney Jerry Slutzky, Slutzky Law Firm, when we come back. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
If you were injured in a car crash, what would you do first? Who would you call?
You claimed to be injured, yet you spoke to and saw an attorney before you saw a doctor. Is that true?
Yes.
Lawyers on TV tell you to call them first. You can, but should you? The law has changed, and you may find yourself paying your own medical bills if you don't see a doctor in the first 14 days. If you've been in a car crash, you need MyCrashMD, the interactive doctor visit, where you can consult virtually with a physician after you've been hurt in a car accident.
We can see you today. We'll take great care of you, regardless if you are at fault or not.
MyCrashMD is an actual medical visit with a doctor. No waiting in an ER, no wasting time driving around town. Download MyCrashMD free from anywhere and then see a doctor on any mobile device. Times are changing. If you don't get medical attention within the first 14 days after your crash, you could lose your insurance benefits. So if you've been in a car crash, help yourself and your accident case with MyCrashMD.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes, and we've got some intelligent folks here in studio. It's Intelligent Talk Radio, so we appreciate you tuning in and listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. This segment is brought to you by Back In Health Massage. Big shout out to my massage therapist, Michael Vogt with Back In Health Massage, helping people with neck, back, shoulder, hip, and leg pain feel better. Conveniently located in the central Tampa area in Carrollwood, the Del Mabry Gun Highway area. Back In Health Massage, voted top 10 massage services in Tampa Bay by the readers of the Tampa Bay Business Journal. And so we're back here in studio live from iHeartRadio, beautiful South Tampa, Florida. I've got a hot listing I want to let you know about out in Gibsonton, Florida. Compliments of Platinum MVP Realty. Interesting property here, 7814 Sims Road. And it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath property, almost 5 acres, between 4 and 5 acres here, and it's Florida country living at its best. And you've got an impressive remodeled property here that has, to the left of the property, there's actually an income-producing, another building. It's an income-producing asset that's generating $2,000 a month on a lease, and it's a great opportunity, completely renovated property, 3,428 square feet. Listed at $440,000, 7814 Sims Road in Gibsonton, Florida. So, great property. So, all right, let's go back to Jerry Slutzky, attorney Jerry Slutzky here in studio. So yeah, it's protecting the kids. It's interesting when you think about that. I mean, I'm sure you've seen a lot of bad scenarios play out over your day, and unfortunately, it's due to lack of planning.
Well, it's also about unintended consequences. Most people will assume the usual lifestyle. Again, I die, I want my wife to inherit everything, and then I want my kids to inherit when she's gone. Well, I already talked about if she gets remarried, that becomes a whole different issue because the second spouse now has elective shares. They can still claim 30% of what was your money. Even if the only way around that is through a prenuptial agreement, which is part of the estate planning process. So if you do plan on getting remarried after a previous spouse died, that is something to talk to an estate planning attorney about. But what I was talking about more, I had this very unfortunate situation. A father got killed in a motorcycle accident. The child, who was 4 years old, inherits all the life insurance proceeds because the spouse, there is no spouse, he's divorced. So the child gets a very large chunk of money. Well, a child under 18 cannot inherit anything.
Wow.
So now a guardianship has to be started of some family member, with at least with a will you can specify who you prefer to serve as the guardian. It's not binding on the court, but it certainly shows who your intent is. But that person will now spend thousands of dollars, potentially, in attorney's fees and costs. They have to account for every penny that comes in for the child, how the money is spent, and then disperse the money to the child. And when does the child get it? When the child turns 18.
Wow.
Now, I don't know about you. I love my daughters dearly. They're now 31 and 27. But at 18, my God, I do not want them having a big chunk of money. Does anyone here new automobile, especially sports car? Does anyone here let's partay and go to the islands and have lots of fun? And all the friends with great business opportunities come out of the woodwork.
Oh,
saying,
yeah.
Would you please do this? Would you please do that?
Yeah.
Ka-ching. So the whole idea in putting everything into a trust, that's my favorite vehicle.
Right.
And you don't have to be a millionaire to use a trust to protect the kids. But what you can do is you can really tie everything up. When you pass on, everything goes into the trust. Your spouse still can get access to the money as needed. The children, like with my daughters, I did their trust, my trust, for which they are beneficiaries, when they were 8 and 5. Now they're 31 and 27, and I have not had to change it. But what it provided for is they will get income from the trust until they're 40. Mm-hmm. Now they can invade principal. I don't want them to have their hands tied. So it's what we call HEMS, Health, Education, Maintenance, and Support. So if they want to go to college or get in a higher degree, they can invade principal for that. Mm-hmm. For health reasons, they can invade it. We certainly don't want them thrown on the street just because they can't afford to pay rent.
Right.
So that covers the other maintenance and support issues. But on top of it, there is a spendthrift provision in there. So if they do something really stupid, they sign a contract, they get sued, and the creditor shows up, says, hey, they owe us $50,000, trustee, pay off. the trustee can go tell them to take a hike because the spendthrift protects the kids.
Interesting.
Now, in addition, I've got in my provision in my trust, my kids can put 10% down on a house. They can invade principal for that. They can buy a reasonably priced used automobile. You don't have to do the used. I just did that because my older daughter is very creative, and she would buy a used Maserati and then sell it on eBay. You know? But the whole idea is to give them as much room to maneuver, but protect them from themselves. So what happens to the rest of the principal? Well, at 30, they get a third of it. At 35, they get half of what's left, and at 40, they get the balance of it.
Yep.
And between you and me and all of your listeners, I'm probably going to be changing that to 40, 45, and 50.
Yeah.
Love them dearly, but I'm not happy with all of the financial decisions that they're making at this point.
Right.
But that's the power of putting it all into a trust. And the cost of a trust is very low, especially compared to the cost of probate, guardianship, and other complications that can arise.
That's right. Yeah, it puts you in control as the parent. It gives you the opportunity to set these limitations and protect them from themselves, as you said.
Yeah,
so
you're basically controlling your money from the grave.
Right.
And you can put enticements in there. I had somebody who, if the child graduated college, got a degree, $25,000 bonus. They got a master's degree, $50,000 bonus. You know, that's how detailed you can be if you want.
I like that.
On the other hand, some people say, no, let them have it all at 25, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But now you are controlling it. You have protected them to the best of your ability.
You got the carrot from the grave, right?
That's
the
right.
carrot and stick.
That's right. I mean, there are certain things you can't put in there. Things that are against public policy. You must be married to inherit. No, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, Attorney Jerry Slutzky, the best in the business here in Tampa Bay.
Well, thank you for
and
that.
Slutzky Law Firm, estate planning attorney, probate, wills, trust, any of those areas that you need help with, we would love for you to reach out to Jerry. Again, you can reach us on our hotline at 813-917-1894.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
We love it when the hotline blings. We really do. So give us a call. Shoot us a text message, 813-917-1894. Just text estate plan if you're interested in information. ConsumerQB.com. You can also submit that form. There's an email form that comes right through to me. My promise is to get back to you before my head hits the pillow. So we're going to make sure we get you in touch with all of our expert contributors. Again, we want you to think of this show as the hub of your financial will, your business will, each spoke extending out, representing another one of our preferred partners, the finest folks that we've assembled here to help you win. So, Jerry, what else are you seeing in that space, man? You know, it's interesting. We think about this more when you have this last year we had all these celebrities passing away, and it seems like every end of the year they want to bring up all this, the celebrities that passed, and James Gandolfini the year before, Tony Soprano passed away, Prince, all these different folks.
Oh no, you have Debbie Reynolds, Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about statistics earlier before we started recording, and there's one statistic that I have to share with everyone. There is a 100% probability that eventually we're going to stop breathing.
That's right.
So it's not an if question, it's a when question.
Right.
Maybe some of your listeners are immortal, in that case they don't need my services. But pretty much everyone else should have an estate planning attorney at least review everything with them. I do not charge for an initial consultation. I'm happy to review whatever documents they currently have.
Yep.
And then if they want to use my services, if they do text in today, I will give them a 20% discount on my regular fee, which can save them hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Awesome. 20% discount. You heard it here. Compliments of the Quarterback Show. Thank you, Jerry, for doing that. Attorney Jerry Slutzky. So if you are a loved one or have a loved one out there, text right now, estate plan, to 813-917-1894. We're going to limit that to the first 5 listeners. So text in 813-917-1894. Text estate plan. And must be a new customer, not a current customer, right?
Correct.
All right.
That happened before, yes.
Attorney Jerry
and by the way,
Slutzky.
I do have offices in Safety Harbor and Land O'Lakes.
Conveniently located as well. So, let's switch gears here. We're talking Ron Fuller now, centralized showing services. A lot of cool things happening in the real estate space. Ron, CoreLogic, Market Pulse. What are you seeing out there?
Brandon, I've got a lot of cool statistics, a lot of abbreviations. We got CMPs, HPIs, SFRIs. So here's what we've got. Got my notes right here. So CoreLogic Market Pulse. I'm going to give you some really great statistics. That are going to really apply to Florida, but could apply to the whole country. So HPI, what does that stand for? I like to say it stands for Help People Invest.
Yeah.
But I actually made that up. Home Price Index is what it stands for. And according to the Home Price Index, we're going to see actually some interesting stats. High price points, high price, real high end is going to start to kind of remain steady. For 3 years, though, looking out 3 years, still going to see a 2.1 to 5.3% increase. The top growth is going to be in the lower price ranges or the medium price ranges.
We're going to need to come into that when we come back. We're coming against a hard break here, Ron.
Okay.
But just a quick teaser. We're going to jump into some of these stats, things happening in Tampa Bay, and more from Ron Fuller,
right.
Centralized Showing Services. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
If you were injured in a car crash, what would you do first? Who would you call?
You claim to be injured, yet you spoke to and saw an attorney before you saw a doctor. Is that true?
Yes.
Lawyers on TV tell you to call them first. You can, but should you? The law has changed, and you may find yourself paying your own medical bills if you don't see a doctor in the first 14 days. If you've been in a car crash, you need MyCrashMD, the interactive doctor visit, where you can consult virtually with a physician after you've been hurt in a car accident.
We can see you today. We'll take great care of you, regardless if you are at fault or not.
MyCrashMD is an actual medical visit with a doctor. No waiting in an ER, no wasting time driving around town. Download MyCrashMD free from anywhere and then see a doctor on any mobile device. Times are changing. If you don't get medical attention within the first 14 days after your crash, you could lose your insurance benefits. So if you've been in a car crash, help yourself and your accident case with MyCrashMD.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, host of the Quarterback Show and owner of Platinum MVP Realty. Got a couple of hot listings. I got 15102 Lake Magdalene Boulevard in Tampa. $550,000, 5-bedroom, 3-bath property here in Carrollwood on a ski lake. Boat lift. You got a boathouse, waterfront property here. Great opportunity if you want to live that Florida lifestyle on the lake. Lake Magdalene Boulevard here in Tampa Bay is the property for you. Almost 3,500 square feet, heated. Also, 2106 Stoneview Road in Odessa. This is a 6-bedroom, 4-bath property. Just hit the market last week. $330,000. Brand new listing that we've got here. 2-story home overlooking a calming lake in Tampa Bay. Beautiful Odessa property and a great place to live, work, and play.
No shoes, no shirt, and no problem.
All right, so we're back here in studio talking with Ron Fuller, Centralized Showing Services. This segment is brought to you by Hula Bay, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Big shout out to Mike Finnegan and the management team down there at Hula Bay. Waterfront ambiance, excellent food, great variety on the menu, and top-notch sushi as well. The sushi is flown in, shipped in from Hawaii every 2 days, fresh tuna. And so a great place to visit right on Tyson Avenue in South Tampa. The official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is Hula Bay. Go say hello to the management team. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you for a free water with lemon. That's a running joke around here. So we have fun with you out there. But Ron, you know, thinking about Tampa Bay, St. Pete, Clearwater, Bradenton, Sarasota, I mean, this whole Gulf Coast region that we represent here with the Quarterback Show, you know, a lot of good things happening, a lot of great statistics to go over.
Yeah. Let me tell you, it really is exciting for Florida. So I went over how the lower medium price homes are really going to see a nice increase over the next 3 years. And CoreLogic Market Pulse is an excellent source. Also, the top growth in Florida and one of the top 5 growth areas in the country is Miami.
Wow.
And there's a lot of similarities to Tampa and Miami.
Right.
We have a lot of the same core assets, I'd like to say, and advantages. According to Forbes, Florida is really going to be looking good due to the expanding Latino population, and 2 million baby boomers retire every year. Wow. So that is just outstanding. Now another SFRI, which I like to call super fantastic retirement investment, but that's not what that stands for either. It actually stands for single family rental index, and it's really interesting. Approximately 50% of the households are rentals.
Yeah.
So that tells you 2 things. One is it's a great investment. Own rental property, excellent investment. And for those of you who are renters, now is the time to go ahead and jump in there and buy a home. And so that brings me to boomerang buyers. What are boomerang buyers? Jerry's smiling. I bet he knows. Boomerang buyers, this is, and in fact, this is going to be a huge market for 2017. What happens every 7 years? Well, foreclosed families are back to buy.
Right.
So folks that had a foreclosure 7 years ago are back. What happens every 7 years? You know, I've heard that if you stop smoking, your lungs recover most of their capacity over 7 years. Healthy cells regenerate in your body if you've watched your diet and exercise, and your credit, your nasty credit goes away.
So and your taste buds change, right? Every 7 years.
Yeah,
I heard that too. I don't know.
7 years is the key, baby. So 7 years, your credit becomes fresh once again. So 2017 is going to see the largest segment of boomerang buyers.
Interesting.
Yep. And so that's what we're looking for. And by the way, Florida foreclosure inventory is still high. So it is buying rental properties, buying homes, buying investments. Oh my goodness, listeners, you have smart listeners. I know you do. And I we handle showings, we handle appointments, we set up appointments, showing, follow-up, feedback. But I'm always preaching buying investments.
That's right.
And I'm always preaching why it's so important to own property. You have to have a roof over your head. So if you have to have a roof over your head, you might as well make the money work for you. I know Brandon talks a lot about maybe even owning a duplex. Live in half of it, rent the other half out.
Right.
But now is the time to buy.
That's right. Yeah, when you think about real estate as an asset class, there's so many reasons why you want to be in that space. The insurability of the asset, the appreciation that you're going to be able to expect. Traditionally, year over year, decade over decade, the graph looks something like this.
Yes, absolutely.
And then you also think about the opportunities for vehicles that you have to when you think about like Scott Maurer with Advanta IRA, longtime friend of the program, investing through an IRA, self-directed IRA, you also get additional bonuses by not getting hit so hard by the IRS.
Absolutely. It's interesting. 8 properties that I've had, although some of them got caught in the downturn, not a single property that I've ever owned is worth less than I paid for it.
Right.
Even some properties that were bought before the big implosion of 08, 09. So it is definitely an intelligent way to grow wealth. And I really enjoyed what you spoke about in the beginning of the segment, is how immigrants become millionaires in this country. And I think it's clear. You come from a communist country. I hate communism. Oof, do I ever hate commies? Anyway, you don't have the right to work. You don't have the right to live your own life. You don't have the freedom to make something of yourself. And in this country, we have the freedom to fail or to be successful, but we have the freedom. And I do think that if you come from a country where you were told what to do, this is your bicycle, this is the job you're going to have, this is where you're going to live, and you suddenly are here and you're like, I can work as much as I want, and I can do whatever I want. It's really exciting. My family came from Russia. They got out in the Bolshevik Revolution. Next thing I know, they own bars, bowling alleys.
Yep.
They really made something of themselves. Here.
Yeah.
They came to this country, couldn't speak the language. Now they honored this country. They said, we're going to speak the language the best we can, and only in the privacy of our own home will we speak Russian.
Right.
Because we want to honor the country that is giving us a second chance at life. And they did the appropriate, correct immigration, followed the laws, and they made something of their life.
Yeah, absolutely. And it speaks to the fact that a lot of us, let's face it, a lot of Americans are spoiled. We're in a position of empowerment. We expect certain things that the immigrants that come over the right way, the legal way. My grandparents, same thing, first generation from Portugal years ago through New York, like so many people are. So yeah, it speaks to the fact that you're hungry. You want to win. You want to do it for a reason why. A lot of times the reason why is because, hey, I've got to take part of my check, send it back home because I got family that wasn't able to make it. So let's go ahead and jump into our lightning round. And let's go around the horn now. So Mario, Home First Lending, reverse mortgage specialist, top consumer tips, things to do, things to avoid.
Well, one of the things that kind of comboing off of what Ron had just spoke about is property values are coming up this year. I mean, they've already increased the conventional loan limits. So they're seeing it coming up. Everybody's saying it's coming up. It's going to be a great product for seniors. They can get into a home that they would like to get into, rather in other cases they may not be able to afford it.
Right.
Another thing too is there's going to be a lot more equity for seniors to tap into should they need to do some renovations or they just need a lump sum of cash to reinvest, make more money. It's going to be a great product this year and going forward. So, allow people to tap into the available equity that they have.
That's right. Jerry Slutzky, attorney Jerry Slutzky here, Slutzky Law Firm.
I like to talk about getting organized.
That's right.
I like to say that I'm in a mixed marriage. I'm a pack rat and my wife is a minimalist. But there are problems with each of those because when you pass on, somebody is going to have to go through all your stuff just to find out what there is, what has value. I mean, I've got some figurines that have some good value, but I don't want them being sold in a garage sale for 25 cents a piece.
Right.
But so many banks and investment firms try to get you to go green, so they don't even send out statements anymore. They're emailed. Well, if nobody knows about them, that's a problem.
Yep.
Where are your tax returns? Somebody's going to have to go through every box, every drawer, every closet, finding what there is. So why don't you save them the hassle and get rid of the stuff you no longer need, that you know you don't no longer need,
Yep.
and get organized with the rest of it.
Yep.
The book that I've been telling you about for the past year and a half, which I'm almost done with.
Yes.
I'll be putting together right now. It's about a 300-page questionnaire of all that stuff. No, you don't have to fill out all 300 pages, but there's a lot of useful things. Who are your doctors? What medications are you on? If you're paying bills automatically over the internet, how do they turn that off? Things like that.
Awesome. Good stuff. Ron Fuller.
I would like to tell you how great our customers appreciated and enjoyed our service over the holidays, over Christmas, over New Year's. They were not taking the calls. They were not missing showings because we were there to get it done.
That's awesome.
Please go to www.showings.com. Sign up if you're an agent. We're going to make you look great to your seller. If you're a home seller, you can insist that your agent uses our service. You're not going to miss showings.
Awesome. Great show today. Thanks so much. We appreciate all of our listeners. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Maybe packing up some leftover food you may have, carrying it with you to and from your commute to work, and tune into our show. Check out our YouTube channel as well. A lot of great information there on YouTube. Also, subscribe to our iTunes podcast. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.